Right then, lads and lasses, how we're doing, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Welcome back to 5pm news on the Geordie Josh channel. And ladies and gentlemen, in today's 5pm news video, we have quite a bit of Newcastle United transfer news, more so for the summer transfer window. Of course, the upcoming summer transfer window, not so much this January. Yet again, I'm not even going to say it. You all know what's going on. We can't spend anything at all, so it is always going to be infuriating. However, we've got some very interesting bits of news reported by The Athletic and Mark Douglas of iPaper Sport on The Athletic. They have reported that multiple Premier League clubs have contacted Newcastle United on the availability of Sean Longstaff, and Everton do hold a long-standing interest in the midfielder. As well as that, they've also said in their transfer spreadsheet, they call it, that Leeds United have inquired for Matthew Targett. We'll get into that later, but the main news that I want to talk about today, and we'll get straight into it, as always, ladies and gentlemen, it's been reported by Mark Douglas of iPaper Sport that Bournemouth defender Ilya Zabaryni is being considered by Newcastle United as a long-term centre-back option. Although there's possibly 0% chance that a deal does happen in January, a summer move could be possible as Bournemouth will reassess the Ukrainian's availability in the summer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I'm sick to death of hearing the words interested, considered, monitored, discussed, watched, inquired. You'll see why I said inquired on Matthew Targett in just a second. Just sign some bloody players. Ugh, if only if it was that easy, eh? On the actual player of Ilya Zabaryni though, he is an unbelievable defender, and when I do say that name very quickly in my Geordie accent, it is quite hard to understand. His name, if you haven't heard of him, is Ilya Zabaryni, the Ukrainian right-sided centre-back. He's tall, strong, and a ball-playing defender, and you may have recognised him as he kept alongside his fantastic centre-back partnership, Dean Huyson, who we were actually going to sign for 12 million euros. God, I wish we paid that money now. Them two kept Alexander Isak very quiet at St James's Park, and Bournemouth's 4-1 win in the Premier League. Now, first of all, I just wanted to say something. Do you know how we get quite agitated that Arsenal fans are always going on about Alexander Isak? I don't want to get too ahead of myself here, because I think we're being quite hypocritical if we do boast about the likes of Zabaryni, because in his own right, he's absolutely unbelievable, and Bournemouth are seriously creating something really big at their own club. Of course, Eddie Howe is a big part of the fundamentals to that club, but Bournemouth are no mugs. People really do write Bournemouth off as this sort of tin pot club just because they have 15,000 seats, and they might just say, do you know what, we're going to raid your team. Nah, Bournemouth's going for Europe, so we've got to cut them some credit, by the way. And I did post that on Twitter, as I always do with transfer news, and Bournemouth fans have been replying saying, lads, I don't want to burst your bubble, but if Ilya Zabaryni is leaving Bournemouth, he's going to Real Madrid or Barcelona, so pretty much shot us in the heart there. But I must say, a summer transfer move, hey, you never know, ladies and gentlemen. If we qualify for Champions League, if Bournemouth don't qualify for Europe, I do believe they will, you never ever know. But there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll get on to the other two bits of news in the video in just a second. Hit the thumbs up button if you do enjoy, and subscribe if you are new for all Newcastle United content. Turn that notification bell on so you are never ever late for a Geordie Josh upload, and the latest Newcastle United news kind of got mixed up with what I was going to say there. Without further ado, let's get into it. So like I said previously, lads and lasses, it's been reported by The Athletic that first of all, Sean Longstaff is holding long-standing interest from Everton Football Club, as well as multiple Premier League clubs contacting Newcastle United on the availability of Sean Longstaff. A need for midfielders in Everton's case is very much needed, as they have Abdoulaye Doucouré, Idrissa Gana Gueye expiring their contract at the end of the season, and Orel Mangala, I believe it is that's three midfielders that they will lose there at the end of the season. And of course, they sold arguably their best midfielder last season, I believe it was, in Andre Onana, or Amadou Onana. I know he actually infamously went at a reporter for getting his name wrong, but they do need a midfielder. Sean Longstaff obviously is out of favour at Newcastle United, especially in the starting 11. I mean, not really his own fault. We've just got three fantastic players in that midfield right now. Young Lewis Miley coming through, needs game time. Sean Longstaff could very possibly leave Newcastle United. It is said by The Athletic though, a deal is more likely in the next summer transfer window rather than the January transfer window right now. As you would expect as well, teams are quite reluctant to sell players when they're on a push for Europe in the middle of the season. It kind of does ruin plans a little bit. So let me know what you think on if we were potentially selling Sean Longstaff to Everton or any Premier League club, and how much would you charge for the 26-year-old midfielder? Just keep in mind, he will be pure profit and financial fair play terms, so that basically means every penny that we get from that deal goes straight into Newcastle United's bank account. In other words, to put it short and sweet, if any player was ideally to be sold to boost Newcastle United's revenue, unfortunately, it's the likes of Sean Longstaff and Lewis Miley. Unfortunately, more so Sean Longstaff though. We do all want to keep Lewis Miley. The other section in the Newcastle United section of that transfer spreadsheet, I always get mixed up saying that, the Athletic have reported that Leeds United have inquired for Matthew Targett. The 29-year-old will be allowed to leave Newcastle United if a suitable bid comes in for the left back. And I'm just going to say what I think absolutely everyone is thinking right now. Who is going to sign Matthew Targett, who was reportedly, and I say reportedly every time because I genuinely can't get my head around who thought giving Matthew Targett £100,000 a week was a good idea. Look, undoubtedly when he signed for Newcastle United on that 6-month initial loan, he was a great player, essentially kept us up with the rest of Dan Burn, Nick Pope, Bruno Guimaraes, Chris Wood, that was signed in that season, and all the other players, Joe Willock, etc. However, £100,000 per week. Oh, it genuinely makes me sick. I know football makes the world tick round, especially for people like us. It's all we live for. But £100,000 per week, nah, I know I'm going off topic here, but that genuinely makes me sick. Anyways though, lads and lasses, you let me know down below, if we can offlift Matthew Targett, would you sell Matthew Targett in the January summer transfer window? In my opinion, 110%. Lewis Hall has that left back spot absolutely nailed. Big Dan Burn can play there. Lloyd Kelly, although rumoured away from Newcastle United, if his future is here, he can also play left back. So in my opinion, Matthew Targett, although it does sound harsh, look, he was great in that 6-month initial loan, and the 22-23 season when he needed to be played, he has been a great player for Newcastle, but now 100 grand a week is getting pretty steep, I must say, ladies and gentlemen. But there we'll have it. If you did enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you are new for all Newcastle United content. I've been Geordie Josh, hopefully see you all tomorrow. Go and enjoy your day, people.